The article that I chose is Pakistan Islamists Block Roads to Protect Acquittal of Christian by Saeed Raza Hassan. This article is about a young Pakistani wife, Asia Beeb, who happens to be a Christian woman. She was accused of blaspheming against Islam and has been on death row for the last 8 years for these allegations. Beeb is actually the first woman to be sentenced to death, a violent death, which according to the law in Pakistan would be by hanging. Beeb was visiting neighbors in 2010 and was about to have a drink of water when she was told that she was not fit to drink water from a glass in their home for one reason. She had denounced the Muslim faith by becoming a Christian. Only Muslims were allowed to use glasses in this particular home. Beeb was then accused of making derogatory remarks against Islam. Christians actually make up about 2% of the population in Pakistan and are often discriminated against. A panel of 3 judges heard her appeal recently and ruled that there was not enough evidence in order to sentence Asia Beeb to death, and she was actually released. The country is totally divided on this ruling. So divided that 2 politicians that supported Asia Beeb was recently assassinated. This was definitely an outrage to Christians all over the world. Pakistan's ultra-Islamic party, Tehreek-e-Labbaik, is ready to take matters in their own hands. THP has been protesting for 3 days in a row. Well, today marks the 3rd day in a row where hundreds of protesters have blocked roads, shut down markets, and TLP is ready for a showdown with the government. Schools have closed, homes burned down, and more threats have been made against Asia Beeb and her family. Of course, in the United States, the First Amendment gives Americans the freedom of religion. Personally, I grew up Catholic, converted to Protestant, and now I'm a member of a non-denominational congregation. In the U.S., we are free to worship where we want, when we want, and whoever or whatever we want. A lot of cultures in countries like the Middle East, Asia, and India, as well as Africa, include religious worship and practices. So the details of this article runs counter to the American perspective. The only crimes that can land you in this kind of with this kind of sentence are murder, treason, and espionage. So, and this question is for my classmates. Do you think that Beeb should have been found guilty? What type of sentence do you think would have been more appropriate?